Hi, I'm Linda Murray Bullard. I'm the business plug. Now tell me, where do you get your inspiration? Our next guest got her inspiration from the sky. Yes, up above. And she's going to tell you how her business became cloud-inspired health and what they do with Pink Leash Warriors and how they are helping breast cancer and veterans. Our next guest is Christina Hensley, and she's going to tell you all about her inspiration and how she got started in her business. She's just like you. This is startup. They call me the business plug. I'm getting ready to plug you in. Here's Christina. Hello, my name is Linda Murray Bullard. I am the business plug, and I bring to you today Christine Hensley, who's going to tell you about her
Cloud-inspired health.
Cloud-inspired health. And she's going to tell you about the fabulous things that they do with pets. So, Christine, tell them.
All right. Well, so my business is called Cloud-inspired health, and basically it's a movement that creates themes for dogs that connect with people in a bigger way, and I like to call them. It brings out the dog's superpowers that connects with people. And so the themes, I have two right now, which is Pink Leash Warriors and Camo Cruisers. And then there's a product line that goes with it.
Okay. So tell us about how did you get to this?
The story means a lot to me, and it's a very inspiring story, and it actually started back in like 2010. And I was actually working in the emergency services field, and took a vacation. I was out at the beach, and one morning I went out to the ocean, and I call it pray talking. I was just out there. I was just talking to God and just giving my ideas, because I just know that what dogs do for people, and I was giving these ideas of what I think how we can connect people and dogs together in a big way. And so I'm just talking away, and then just kind of let it go from there. And a few days later, I'm leaving. My friend is driving. We're on the interstate, and I look up into the sky, and literally, it's right there in my face. It was a giant cloud in the shape of a paw print. And so I look up, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I was like, it's a paw print in the clouds. And my friend looked up, she goes, oh my gosh. And it was, and I'm a big fan of Christmas. I love Christmas, and it was better than Christmas, because I was like, oh my gosh, it was affirmation that I was.
That's huge.
Yeah. And so that's how and that's my logo is the cloud now. And so a series of events started happening, which led me out of the emergency scene into more of the patient experience within the hospital setting. Because I brought to the attention of starting a pet therapy program for the hospital.
Oh, okay.
And we had a lady, a traveler, who had a little dog with her, and the dog needed to go to the bathroom, and I was like, well, I'm an animal lover. I would love to take the dog. So I had to walk the dog through the emergency room, and I literally felt and watched the atmosphere changed from serious, intense, to just joy, smiles. I mean, it was remarkable.
Wow.
It was remarkable.
So that's how you got started.
That's how I got started.
Wonderful. Now tell us, how has your business, like if you were going to share something with a startup, tell us what things have you learned. Because the business plug is about free or low cost things that we can share with startups. And so I like to bring people on who can tell about their startup journey, because I want to show to the listeners and the people who are out there starting up or thinking of starting up a startup business, I want to show them how relatable that these startups are, that it's not unattainable. But I also want to show them how you have been able to find something along your journey that can help them along theirs. So if you were to give them something that you learned that has been tangible, that helped your business along, what would it be?
That one's easy, especially for here in Chattanooga. It's the fact that there are so many learning opportunities, different classes that are either affordable or at no charge.
Oh, great.
And I didn't know that. I was sitting in my job, and I felt the inner burden. I felt it, and I was like, "It's ready. I'm ready to move on." I wanted to start a business, and then I just felt it. And then when I went out there, all of a sudden I'm like, "Wow! I wish I would have looked that up before." To see about these classes, because a lot of times people don't have the resources and funds to attend universities and all these college classes.
Right.
But there's other resources that you may not know about, and so I would say do the research, look it up, and get in there. It's scary, but just show up.
But it's so worth it,
yes.
right?
Oh, it's so worth it.
And that's the thing, is because what I found, and statistics prove, it doesn't even matter where you are, because we're in Chattanooga, but it's actually like nationwide, regardless of where you are, the turnover of startups is huge for the people who don't take the classes. And the classes make a difference.
Oh, yes.
Because sitting in those classes, how much do you think you've learned?
Oh my gosh, it's a world of a difference. It's like I went from one world to another, and it's not just the learning; it's meeting all the other people. So I found different mentors within the different groups and teachers, and just hearing different ideas, and that's how inspirations come. And like I said, I wish I would have known about that earlier, but I'm a big believer everything happens for a reason.
Timing is everything, right?
Definitely.
Absolutely. And so, and I love that because this is what the one thing that sets the people who make it from the people who don't. Because I look at people's business. I mean, I'm a business strategist, right? And so I get to examine different businesses all along my journey of people who hire me for different reasons. But the thing that I find the common denominator of the ones that make it are the ones who sit in classes.
I believe that.
Yeah, it's the ones who sit in classes because they learn the strategies and they learn how to navigate the business portion. Because no one knows your business better than you.
Right.
No one knows your product or services better than you. But navigating the business waters, like the marketing, finding who your customers are. How big was that for you?
That was huge. It was huge because when I first started, I had a different idea of what my business was, and then as I kept moving forward, it was almost like it was molded into what it's meant to be now, and now I'm excited, and I was excited before, but there's the anxiety, but I think that just kind of comes with it, but at the same time it's enjoying it and having fun with it.
Right. But yeah, so learning who your customers with, and then actually being able to use things and strategies. I can remember your Facebook ads. That first one.
Oh yeah.
Talk about that.
Are we talking about the interview with?
Yes.
So one of my themes is Pink Leash Warriors, and it's supporting breast cancer and prevention causes, as well as encouraging therapy dogs and chemotherapy infusion centers. And so I got with a friend who is a breast cancer survivor, and we did an interview, a video interview, and I posted it on Facebook. And I just asked her the questions of what it was like sitting in those infusion centers, receiving that treatment for 3 to 5 hours with nothing to do, and what it would be like if a therapy dog walked in. And it was just a heartwarming story, and just the idea, just bringing the idea out. I got a great response from it. People really, a lot of views on the video, and people were wondering, hey, we didn't think of this. Maybe we should, And so that's what it is, about putting the idea out, because my themes make statements, and but at the same time, I wanted to keep it fun. And so the video, I enjoyed it. It was good.
It was good. It was really good. It was really good. I think that like within like 48 hours, she had like over 1,200 views, which was huge. And for a first video that was self-done.
Yes. And I used a music stand to put my phone up to hold it. So it's improvising. I just improvise. However, everything I've done is just kind of like do what I can. And there's a quote that I absolutely love. It's a St. Francis quote, and he said, "First do what you can, then do what's possible, and then watch as the impossible happens."
Absolutely.
I hold on to
love
that.
I love that. I love that. And that's going to be meaningful as you go along because it has layers to it, which is kind of like what business does, right?
Right.
Because when you first start out, you feel kind of shaky and kind of wavery, really don't know a lot of things, but as you learn, you begin to earn, and your confidence comes.
Yes.
There's a certain level of confidence with each new layer.
Yeah, and that's with these classes. Because when I first jumped ship, and I'm one of those that did that. I got out there with dreaming the big dream, and I'm up here, and I had to come back down here and learn, and I don't know, it was just it's what I learned is I just totally lost my train of thought there.
So when you first jumped out of there, how did you feel? You knew it all. Yeah. Of course, you knew it all.
Yes, and I felt scared and worried at the same time, excited. But then, as I kept moving forward and taking those classes, that's when I felt my confidence building, and it just keeps going. But at the same time, and I want to always remember to keep that humility there as well, because it's the people that you surround. I'm big on collaboration, and it's the people that you surround yourself with, and so I'm trying to keep with the winners.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if there's 9, who's going to be number 10?
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a saying, and that's the thing is because regardless of what you do or where you are or who you're with, you have to. A lot of times, what most people do is they use their existing circle. So have you found that your current circle has expanded with new people that are more like you as far as the business side?
Most definitely, yes. And it's funny when you step out into the unknown and you start getting out of your circle, you meet new people and you learn more. And I find the people that I talk to the most now happen to be in the business, and it's great because my conversations are different.
Okay.
My conversations are different, and I love with different people. A lot of times it's the classes that I've gone to that we're just talking and just different ideas come up, and I love that. I love being able to if there's different problems, instead of just talking about the problem, like, hey, we're talking about a solution and other business ideas. It's fun. I enjoy
collaborations,
it.
Right?
Yes.
How can you collaborate with another person, right?
I believe can really make a world of a difference.
Absolutely. So how can they get in touch with you?
You can get in touch with me through my website, which is www.cloudinspiredhealth.com, or through my Facebook page at cloudinspiredhealth.com.
Great.
And then just go to the contact, just put in your name and email, and I'll keep you updated with new themes and new products as we move forward. And got to mention 10% of each theme product proceed goes back to benefit a theme-related organization. So Pink Leash Warriors, 10% of the proceeds go back to benefit Susan G. Komen, Central Tennessee.
Perfect.
10% of Camo Cruisers goes back to Operation Freedom Dogs, which takes shelter dogs out, train them to become PTSD dogs for veterans. So
that's a wonderful cause. That is a wonderful cause. So I'm Linda Murray Bullard, and I am here as the business plug, and I have just introduced you to another plug who is doing wonderful things in our city and wonderful things everywhere. To all our listeners, thank you for following us. Thank you for downloading the podcast. We appreciate your support, and let's go higher. We're going to learn how to do this thing. We're talking free and low budget resources here by the business plug. Let's do this thing. Have a great day.
Thanks.